Shalom, it's falling Yeshua. Welcome again to the Rock. Early in the morning, beautiful. Sometimes I like to wake up in the morning, throw some water in my face, and come outside and look at the beauty and thank Yah for the things that He has given me. Even before I get into my normal, study or morning study, and then coffee and morning stretching and workout, I like to just sometimes come out here and just look at what Yah has given us and being thankful for it. The Bible, it says the rich rule over the poor, and a borrower is a servant to the lender. And we see that today where increasingly more and more people are living in debt, and they're in servitude to banks and corporations. And a lot of these get-rich-quick schemes or remove your debt and all that stuff, they're becoming real popular in today's time. Everybody wanting to quickly repair their credit score so they can go out and take on more debt. And I've been asked many times, how did you do it, Father? How did how do you do the things that you do? As far as growing food and your family, you have a large family and things like that. And one of the things that I do is I focus on production. I learned the lessons just from this country, the United States of America, where if you do not produce, you're going to heavily rely on intaking. You're going to heavily rely on being able to import. You're going to have to import from other sources, and that largely results in debt. See, those that produce, when you become a producer, and whatever it may be, let's say you're just producing your vegetables. Let's just say your vegetables. I'm going to say your meats. We have sheep and chickens here, and we are moving in that direction. But let's just say that you are producing your vegetables. We got fruit trees here, and they're yielding. This is a beautiful thing. But let's just say your vegetables. Do you know how much money you're not spending on vegetables? For those that eat vegetables. For us, a large family, being able to store, being able to freeze, being able to dehydrate a massive amount of vegetables saves hundreds of dollars. I would go venture say probably thousands of dollars per year by just growing. And then, the fact that we do eat and raise chickens for the eggs and the meat. A lot of our cuttings off of our vegetables go into our chicken coop, so they actually feed our chickens, so it cuts down on our feed. Some of it can go to your sheep, cuts down on doesn't really cut down on your feed for them, but and that allows those other finances that would go towards vegetables, go towards feed, to go on other things. When you live a simpler life and you focus on production, you focus on producing, you focus on doing things yourself, skills. I don't need to hire a plumber because I know how to do plumbing. I don't have to hire somebody to build because I do the building. I don't have to hire somebody to, change the oil or the brakes or the starter or the alternator or the, transmission fluid or breathe the brake lines or the master cylinder. Change tune up. When you know how to do those skills and you know how to do those things, you know how to produce, you're saving yourself an immense amount of money that you can then, rotate it around in the other areas of your life, in the other areas that you want to get accomplished. When you don't have a massive, bill for rent every year, and you own, and let's say you own land, let's say you own an acre, half acre, 50 acres, 100 acres, 25 acres, let's say you own that. Yeah, your ability to build, it literally is up to the vision that the Father gave you and the imagination of your mind. When you can heat simply by having a chainsaw, a splitting axe, and some wood stoves. And like I said, we're actually in the process of making a cob indoor oven slash stove out of cob. When you're able to do those things, the amount of money you're going to save is insane. I look at today, you listen to people talking about how much their heating bills are costing, how much how much it costs to do breaks, and how much it costs for them to buy, food. That's not even organic food. It's just food. And you present to them an idea of raising some food. They're not interested in it. It's too much work. It's hard. Yes, it is hard. But I would, for myself, maybe it's a personal thing, making money just to turn back around and hand it all out. It's hard for me. It's hard for me to literally, all I do is I work just to survive another month, just to do the same thing all over again. You don't get ahead. You will own nothing and you will be happy. And your life is you waste years of your life just giving everything that you make back and having somebody tell you what happiness is and what family is, and Yah's ways are perfect. You read Deuteronomy 28, it talks about the blessings and the curses. The blessings talk about growth. You will grow. You will multiply. He'll multiply your children, the fruit of your womb. He'll multiply the animals. You'll be the head, not the tail. It talks about addition. Addition. And in this society today, they've given us the impression that stagnation is good. When the economy is not falling apart, they say that the economy is basically a good economy. And then they fabricate the growth. And that's what we have today. It's fabricated growth. Everybody's growth today. Everyone runs around and sings the blessings of Yah, and you look at their lives and they tell you about their lives, and their lives are stagnant. It's been stagnant for the past 5-6 years. They haven't grown anything. But if you look at Yah's ways, he said, be fruitful and multiply. Whenever Yah was blessing Israel, it normally was in some way or another they're adding, they're growing in righteousness. Today we grow in wickedness. We, have children, and children don't have fathers, and, people are growing their pocketbooks by deceit and lies and treachery and trickery, and using the system against your brother, and to take his possessions and to take his stuff, and churches using pastoral leadership to take people's money and think that it's all vanity, it's all this wickedness. If you can become a producer, if you can look in areas, literally sit down in your life and ask yourself, where can you produce? In what area can you produce? It's a wonderful thing when you grow your vegetables, and now I'm in a position where I can sell seeds. I can literally sell something that was, I'm just doing to produce food for the family, is now something that I literally sell seeds. I can sell, bok choy seeds and radish seeds and Jerusalem artichokes and green beans and broccoli and the different melons and the different squashes, the winter squashes. I can sell all those. People don't have to worry where they came from because they know they came from the rock. They came from the gardens of the rock. It's just a beautiful thing, being able to hatch your own chicks. Okay, I need some more chicks. Okay, yeah, I'll hatch some more chicks. Although I will say there's a very good website that I use. I'm gonna shout them out in the next video, where I have gotten chicks from. It's a beautiful thing to sit back and look at your sheep. They're multiplying, and that's a steady supply of milk, and it's a steady supply of meat, and the sisters are very excited about the wool. I praise Yah for His blessings and the wisdom that He has imparted to us, through the fear of Him, through the keeping of His commandments, the wisdom that He gives so that you can, as much as possible, bypass a lot of the slavery that takes place, a lot of the servitude, a lot of the wasting of years, paying for something that you'll never own, just for your seed, your children, to have to repeat the cycle. Just continuous generations of slavery. I don't know, maybe I'm just ranting today. But we've got to become producers, because freedom, a form of freedom, forms of freedom come through your ability to produce. The more you produce, the less debt you get into. Or at least the debt that you get into is manageable, and you're choosing to get into debt to increase yourself, opposed to the households today that they live in debt just to survive. Living in debt just to survive. Paycheck to paycheck. And then another $200 to $300 a month on a credit card. Borrowing from family, tearing up family relationships because you have to borrow everything. And you don't pay it back. Anyways, this little rant. Hope this wakes up somebody and opens up somebody's eyes. Get up and get my day started. Bless y'all. Shalom.